Yo, what is going on, y'all? Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm the Stone Mando or the Stone Mandalorian, or you can call me Cody. Doesn't matter to me. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If you haven't, like I said, my name is the Stone Mando. I do a lot of Star Wars based content, the Black Series mostly, but like as you can see, I'll post a Micro Galaxy, or if you look at some of my other content, I have other action figures like Marvel Legends and stuff. So go check out some of my other content. Leave me a like and subscribe. I'd really, very much appreciate it. But today we are taking a look at the ATTE from Micro Galaxy Squadron. And as you can see, you got episode 2 Attack of the Clones little emblem here. We got Captain Rex down here, which is questionable because it's Attack of the Clones, but obviously because of the Ahsoka series, that's probably why they threw it in with this. But we do have the clone pilot right here, and then 3 clone troopers, 3 grunt phase 1s. But the ATTE is probably one of the coolest prequel vehicles ever. I remember playing the old Battlefront, the old OG '05 Battlefront, and playing on Felucia with the Leia Sakura and Commander. Well, Commander Blau wasn't a character, but you can play as the 327th on Felucia, and it's such a sick map and sick part of the campaign mode or whatever. And you can actually operate the ATTE in that version of Battlefront. So it's a very nostalgic vehicle to me. Me and my brother grew up playing the OG, so pretty cool, awesome looking vehicle. As you can see, kind of gives you a side of the box here, shows what the ATTE is capable of. Got some nice movement, it looks like. Up and down turret. Looking at the back of the box, you get like a cool blueprint design. Pretty awesome. You can see here. Just shows you all the little. This thing actually does a lot, dude. I actually didn't realize like how much it had. Legs move on it. Turrets move. You can put in the clone troopers, hold up to 2 speeders. This is crazy, dude. Oh, look at this side art right here. That's pretty badass. That's sick. That is so cool. But let's get this thing open and check it out. And look at this thing out of the box, dude. Look at the weathering. Like it came straight off Geonosis, dude. Look at all this. Even got a nice wash all over it. Blast effects or blast damage, carbon scoring. Dude, this is Micro Galaxy Squadron has got to be one of the most criminally underrated Star Wars toy lines out there to date. And I'm just so surprised that this line doesn't have more hype than it is. The only thing I don't like about Micro Galaxy is the chase variants and stuff like that, which I do have Plo Koons. Like, dude, the fact that people are paying like 150 plus bucks for Sabine's TIE Fighter is like crazy to me. But you know, it is a cool line. I gotta say that. Like, this looks freaking awesome, dude. Like, I love the wash that this has to accentuate all the sculpting details. That's fucking sick. And like I said, all this weather in the paint on the feet here looks like it just like you plugged it straight off Geonosia. Fucking awesome, man. And like I said earlier, it does come with these. You got Captain Rex, the clone pilot, and the 3 grunt clone troopers. You load them up in the ATTE. I'm sorry. And then got I'm sorry, not the blaster. Got the speeder here. It's actually got some nice paint apps on it. It is a little warped for being in the package, but that's nothing that you can't fix. Got some nice hits of silver on here. The nice red and gray looks really good. Really cool sculpt. I think this is a bark speeder. It looks like a bark speeder. But yeah, really cool addition to have with this ATTE. And like I showed you on the package, this thing has a lot of points of articulation. Like you can hear, it's got ratchets in the legs here, so that's pretty sweet. Helps the stability of like however you want to pose it. You can see you can move it. It's kind of got like a cool accordion type. Ooh, that's cool. It's like rubber, dude. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Straight up like an accordion. Goes back and forth like this. This would actually be really cool for like outdoor figure photography. The turrets move all around, as you can see here. All around. All 4 of these move. The turret moves up and down, as you can see. And just, dude, the paint on the feet, that just looks so freaking sweet, man. And then this wash is just so beautiful. And Micro Galaxy Squadron has really like been releasing some heat lately, dude. Especially with the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace, man. These move as well, I believe. Or they might be stiff. Do they just go? Oh, here we go. Yeah, very stiff. But these also move. They might just go up and down, actually. They go a little bit of back and forth. Not a whole lot. I just need to be loosened up with when I play around with it later. I mean, when I pose it, not play. I don't I don't play with my toys. Stupid. I play with my toys. But this is pretty cool, man. I'm trying to see where this thing opens up at because they said you could store the speeders in here. So this piece right here opens up, and you can put in your pilot and your other grunt troopers right here. Also got the seat right here. The turret that goes up and down also goes side to side as well. And to point that out. And I think if you pull on both sides, like up under this piece on both sides, I feel like this pops off. I'm trying to be careful because I would be devastated if I fuck this thing up. It's supposed to pop off, I thought. Okay, so this does pop off. So when you grab it, you want to be very careful. You can see this piece right here, this piece on either side, identical, symmetrical, whatever. You want to grab a finger right here and one of these fingers, middle or index, whichever, and you want to pull out like this. Not too much, but you want to kind of like spread it this way, and that helps it unhinge from these little tabs right here that plug into these holes. So just be very careful with that. But as you can see right here, this is where we throw the speeder in. Got this little notch right here. I need to bend this back a little bit, but I'm going to take it where that little notch is on the speeder, and you just plug it in. I'm trying to with my big old monkey fingers, big old gorilla fingers. And it slides on just like that. Oh, and I just discovered that by accident. That's pretty cool. It's actually got like a level, so you can so when the speeders come down, they can come out the ATTE. Or I mean, yeah, the ATAT. ATTE. Damn it, sorry. So that's pretty cool. See how it drops down right there with the speeder on it. So that's a pretty dope little touch. This thing does a lot, man. It's got a lot of points of articulation on it. So that pops up there. I was trying to get this speeder on here, but it won't sit. Give me a hard ass time. There we go. So that's where you store your speeder, and then you put your clone troopers and sit them at the turrets. So that's a pretty cool little touch, man. Look at all the detail and the sculpting on the side right here. Even on the inside of it, where you're not going to see it. Just so much sculpting detail, man. And the wash just helps accentuate all of that. So beautiful, dude. Like I said earlier, this is such a criminally underrated toy line for Star Wars. And the MGS has just really been like throwing out banger after banger lately. The fact that they're throwing washes on these is just it just changes the game when it comes to figures. Or vehicles for that matter. Like the carbon scoring right here, that just adds such a nice touch and gives it a lot more like realism and like character to the vehicle. So that's pretty awesome. I thought by the time I got these clone troopers sat in here, they would be slinging around inside of here, but they actually they engineered this and designed it very well. Like these troopers fit like kind of snug in these seats, to be honest. I'm sure after a time, which all it's going to be, it's just going to be sitting on my shelf, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm sure over time it might like come loose and sling around in there, but as long as you have the cover on, it's not going to get lost. That's the main thing. It's not losing the accessories. As you can see, there's not much of these little minifigures that come with the MGS Micro Galaxy Squadron, but here's the Phase 1 Grunt Trooper. Nothing special. There's 3 of those that come in the pack. Now this one's got a little more paint on it. This is the Clone Pilot. Got some nice little extra deco right here. Some extra paint on it, as you can see. And here is Captain Rex. Pretty cool. I'm curious why they threw this in with this Attack of the Clones, but it's whatever. It's pretty cool. Got some nice paint on here too. Looks pretty clean from what I can see. Really nice blue. And another little compartment here on the front side. As you can see, there's also some seats and another control for this turret. And this just pops off. You just want to grab it right here at the bottom. And this one was pretty simple to get off. You can see where this little groove plugs into this hole here. But there's even some like really nice detail on the inside of here. Let me show this to y'all real quick. Like, just look at, now there's not a wash in here, so you can't see all the little minute details, but just some really phenomenal sculpting that they took the time to do on a piece of the vehicle that you're not even going to see really. That's pretty badass. The other side of this, just as the other side pops up as well, same exact thing on this side. Another point of articulation I wanted to point out is the feet. And I really love that these have like the ratchet joints. It just helps keep the posing stable. Trying to turn that one. That's a really nice touch, even in the legs here, and the whole body of the vehicle. You can hear. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that, but there's even ratchets like in the main part of the vehicle. So all that does is just help with the stability and posing. Gives you a little more freedom and room to work with articulation wise. So that's pretty badass. So y'all, like I said earlier, this is by far one of the coolest vehicles for like as far as the prequels go, and just the nostalgia that I have for this vehicle, playing the old school Battlefront with my brother on Felucia. Just a lot of nostalgia, and it's just a badass, very well done vehicle. And something like this would be impossible for the Black Series, or not impossible, but like your average collector would never be able to display or probably even purchase a 1/6 scale, or I'm sorry, a 1/12 scale ATTE. Like it would literally probably take up like an entire coffee table. No, more than a coffee table, if we're being real. It would just be the scale would be astronomical. It would be so giant and hard to display. So I believe that the Micro Galaxy Squadron is like in the 1/70th or 1/72nd, 1/80th scale or some shit like that. I'm not totally sure, but this is the best way for us to get vehicles like this. And as like a Star Wars fan, oh, you know, something else I forgot to point out is the fucking yellow tint that they have right there at like the cockpit. That's a pretty nice touch. This is just a really cool vehicle, man. Like I already have the nostalgia and it's one of my favorites, but like just the amount of detail, paint, and sculpting and articulation that goes into this, and it comes with the 4 extra trooper or 5 extra troopers and the speeder. It's just a really cool, very cool release, man. Micro Galaxy's really been hitting home with their releases lately, and just getting a lot of prequel love is just so freaking sweet, man. But that is pretty much the end of this review. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I wanted to change it up and do something a little bit different. You know, like I said before on my channel, I do a mainly Star Wars based Black Series, of course, but every once in a while I'll throw up other cool stuff like Micro Galaxy Squadron, for example, or Marvel Legends, or Indiana Jones Adventures series, whatever action figure or toys that I think are dope and that I want to share with y'all my thoughts and opinions on. But this is a total pickup. I've actually running errands with my wife, and this was the last one on the Target shelf, and I was so giddy when I saw it. And I think it was like, what was it, like $40, $30 or some shit? I forget. But that just goes to show you how bad I wanted it. I literally didn't hardly even pay attention to the price. I tell you what, though, I remember the price of the Ghost, because when my wife bought me that, I was really giddy about that. That's probably going to be my next Micro Galaxy review. I do have Mall ship I have to do as well, but I just thought it was a good way to kind of split up from the Black Series, do something a little bit different. And this is Micro Galaxy Squadron, like I said already in this review a couple times, just criminally underrated, so underrated Star Wars toy line, man. But I appreciate you all checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. May the Force be with you.